Hi, my name is Beth Hardesty. My son's name is Charles Riley Hardesty. He was born on February 26, 1997. I know I gave birth to him. I had a C-section on that day, and I named him after both of his grandfathers. My son's 23 years old, and for the past couple of years he has been going through police harassment by the IMPD. We had an incident several months ago where a couple judges were shot, and he ended up being raided. ATF, SWAT, everybody raided his home. He and his pregnant girlfriend were made to lay on the concrete face down while they held guns to their heads. And my grandson laid screaming in the house, and they weren't able to get to him. He's been pulled over, harassed, knocked up against cars, threatened with jail time. More recently, he was in an automobile accident where his sister came right away before any police or anything got there. She was just around the corner. Sorry, my lighting's off. The officer that was there, he came right on and basically wanted to arrest my son. Instead of getting him an ambulance, the wreck was not his fault. The other lady ran the red light. She was in a Kia Altima and managed to total my son's vehicle. Officer didn't care. All he was worried about was Charles Hardesty had a warrant. Well, I managed to get the news to do some coverage on the story for us. It's not my Charles Hardesty. It's another Charles Hardesty. So I'm about to show you the news coverage, which is great. I appreciate all their coverage, but it doesn't follow up on a few things. I'll follow up on that here in just a second.
Tomorrow, but again, turning wet.
Left.
Sorry.
All right, Jim, thank you. Well, how about this? Two men on Indy's southwest side share the same name. The one on the left keeps getting mistaken for the one on the right.
Yeah, this is a problem because the man on the right, who's closest to me, has a history of meth and resisting police convictions.
If I'm driving down the road, I get pulled over. I've had police raid my house. I've been threatened that I'm going to jail.
Yeah, you just heard from Charles Hardesty, who does not have those criminal convictions. But the other Charles Hardesty does. So Fox 59 went to police to see what could be done.
We encourage people to always keep their IDs with them, always keep their IDs updated and not expired. Thanks to investments in technology, the officers who are pulling you over now have access to the BMV photo that is connected with your driver's license.
Well, imagine, though, getting your house raided and pulled over, as he said happened to him. If you find yourself in a mistaken identity situation, IMPD can do a fingerprint check. You will then receive a card that you can give to officers. If you ever get pulled over, it will let them know you have been involved in a case of mistaken identity.
6:44 now. A type of mushroom is now under recall across the U.S. The CDC and
Well,
the FDA have linked Anauki mushrooms to a
sorry,
listeria
I
outbreak.
smoke.
The recall was issued by Sun Hong Food. Anauki mushrooms are white
The
with
thing
long stems and
is,
small caps
on
that
that
are most
card
commonly used in
that they're
Asian
talking
cooking.
about,
36 cases of listeria have been
the other
reported,
person
including
has to
one
have
in
an active
Indiana.
warrant, or you don't get it. We've tried 3 times. So, it doesn't do us any good. Because they tried to serve that warrant on my son. Not the right Charles Hardesty. The other Charles Hardesty's 4 years younger than my child. But they were able to serve the warrant the next day. So by the time we got down to the city county building in Indianapolis, it was not accessible for us to get this card because they have to have an active warrant. Then they said we could get a real ID from the state. Well, what's wrong with the other ID? It's real. So that costs money. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I named my son after both of his grandfathers. I carried him 9 months. I had a C-section, and I named him purposely. I've been thinking about paying to have his name changed. I don't think that's fair. Not to me. And not to his 1-month-old son that he just named after him. I personally have been threatened. I've had people show up at my home. I've contacted the ACLU. I've talked to lawyers. I don't know what to do. If anybody out there does, any suggestions would be helpful. Somebody said tattoos. He's got them. They both got them. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm scared my son's going to end up shot. I'm scared that my son's going to end up in prison for something that he's not done. I'm just scared. I'm a mom that's scared. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the comments. Please don't be too mean.